Welcome, friends, to the Domain of Vabbi. Music all dramatic sounding-ish. Anyway. So I'm actually on my Weaver in progress. Or actually I should say they've just become full Weaver just now. Like literally just a couple minutes ago, which is actually why I came all the way out this way. Let's see. By the way, the weapon for Weaver is a sword. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna situate this off camera. Ooh, I like the sound of this. So essentially, if I have a lot of power and condition damage as a build, then this is just gonna give me all the more health, essentially. Which I do like the sound of, which means one of the sort of stats I've seen earlier could actually be quite useful. I'm looking forward to putting that kind of to the test. So I can get to barrier by just using dual attack abilities. Let's see, are these considered dual attack? Yes, they are. So dual attack is when you merge two elements with Weaver in attunement skills. Let's see. So most of the build stuff pertains to how you plan on splicing your attunements and like combinations and such. In fact, it seems to rather promote that kind of thing, from what I can tell. Striking a foe causes water to erupt from them, healing your nearby allies. Okay then, I guess that's worth a shot. I find it interesting how that's kind of like ammo based. Alright, let's see what you got, kid. Earthen State. Oh, it mentioned about stances. You know, this is actually part of the reason why I don't really get too much into Elementalist. Is because there's a lot of things to go through. Just... you have a class to go through, and then you have twice the class to go through. And I just don't want to bother with going through that much class. That's actually kind of what made me go so slowly with Engineer personally. But Engineer was less complicated in its own sense. Like like Engineer was actually a little more like skill based, where this was a little more just straight up build based, to my understanding. It's like anyone can do a half decent engineer so long as they make proper use of their utilities and methods, but this you actually want to like kind of like build somewhat more properly. Like I've heard this and that when it comes to Elementalist, so I'm not actually sure what's actually considered good. So this is actually quite a lot of experimentation for me. Like as is, I was trying a bit of just standard Elementalist with staff. I think I was doing like power stats. I could be mistaken. Power, condition, precision, or something. And a bit of condition damage and toughness on some of the other stuff, basically. That's probably actually not very ideal. But hey, I tried. I assumed with fire I'd be doing all kinds of burn damage, but no. Not at all. In fact, I actually do more conditioned damage when I'm down. So I did kind of figure out what this does. So whatever you're attuned with affects what kind of pulses out when you enter this. So say I'm attuned to fire, it'll do burning in, like, for 5 seconds. Let's say we're splicing it applies the vulnerability effect with it. But yeah, it kind of like pulses. But something I'm noticing is how it only shows air here. I think what happens is when you press an attunement, that went, or like trigger an attunement, that becomes your primary attunement. In which case, actually this would just be the, in this case it would just be the chill then. But I'm using 2 elements at once. How can you say that? That's cool.
That feels good.
I think that was a explosion. So it's like a thing for allies, basically.
Blood of the earth.
By the way, Elementalist has a saying thing for every single attunement situation. For anyone who didn't really know.
I feel strong.
Wait, is this a laser? Well, not exactly a laser, but that was half decent, I suppose. I already did that, apparently. Whichever the case, that is quite a vast amount of change to a class. And this is with the regular base weapons, actually, to the class. This little splicing thing and dual attack. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of interesting things to try out with this and go through. Alternatively, I could just look up a build online, but you know, what's the fun in that? But anyway, this is the Domain of Vabbi. I should change this. This place can be notably dangerous, but is not as ridiculous to get around as the Desolation was. By a long shot. Like, look how peaceful this is. I mean, I know this is the entrance to the place, but look how peaceful it is. Nothing has harassed me yet. But I'm pretty sure there was at least supposed to be a couple enemies right here, but still, that's only a couple. That's really almost nothing.
Stop them now! They're tearing the place
But yeah, this place is great. It's all about praising Joko. Let me tell you, if you ain't praising Joko, you're no friend of mine. Get the hell out. Like, you see these statues around here, I expect you to praise every single one of them. And I'm not even joking.
Stop
If
them
you
now.
praise
They're
Joko,
tearing the
you
place apart.
will be rewarded. See? I am a disciple of Palawa Joko. I praised him so much, I was recognized for it. I am an honorary kiss ass. That's probably not a good thing. What is that dead right there? Is that a Hydra? It's a Hydra. And nothing of importance was lost. Sandlands. But really, who's got time for that? What is... I've never seen this little meeting before. I don't think I want to be involved with this. You're on your own. Peace. For the main parts of this map that you'll actually need for story, it really isn't much difficult travel at all. Like, look how fast we got here. What was there? Only like 2, maybe 5 enemies on the way here? That's like nothing. But, some of the events here can be interestingly difficult. And to my understanding, there's an actual meta to this map. It's just not very widespread, where it requires the entire map's attention. Although it would roughly take the entire... or at least a very decent few good players to actually take on. I don't think it actually takes the whole map to take on. But it is interesting. Especially the skies. But that's mostly just right here right now. What's also notable to the player is that most awakened are actually friendly on this map. That's probably your most favorite thing about this map. Is that all those maps, all those previous maps, where they were the biggest assholes, now it's like suddenly they want to be your friend. Like, I don't really want to be their friend, but I won't complain about them not trying to kill me. So, benefits. Actually, we want to cross this bridge here. That can be crossed otherwise, but it's annoying. There's like this academy here. A decent sized little academy. There's actually a northern like thing going on, but it's an academy. Like there's actual students and things about. And look, classes. Yeah, it's in session.
Today's agenda: the rise and fall of the Elder Dragon Zaitan.
Dude, I got this so. Let's see, kept head of Zaitan as a trophy. He destroys Zaitan with nothing but a deadly case. Yeah, I'm supposed to tell them the truth. And they don't actually like that. Invite. Yeah, just the kinds of things you can like converse about between these students is actually entertaining a bit. Like, I'm pretty sure somewhere on this map you'll hear about the lie where he killed Abaddon and stuff, which is the god of secrets to the humans of this game. He destroyed him with his deadly gaze. That part is just hysterical.
Praise Joko.
Praise Joko.
King Joko is unbeatable.
Yeah, ever since this map, you would find players just itching and waiting to just start that up in map chat, just like, praise Joko, Joko the unbeatable, Joko the beloved, Joko the scourge of Vabbi, who killed Abaddon. Just like any map chat, people were just ready and waiting for it. Let's see. That part was true. He basically just recycled all the centaurs as decoration. What is going on back here? Oh, it's branded. Hi, branded. Bye.
Celebrate a productive day of labor by volunteering for an evening shift.
Oh yeah, something else. The Awaken here will actually like help sort of propagate up like Joko to the students. Like something about allowing them to like witness another day or something like that.
Today's discussion topic is our mighty Father King's categorical victory over the feeble-minded Elder Dragon Mordramoth.
Lifted Mordramoth with his pinky finger. This is actually reference to the mouth of Mordramoth. So yeah, that's supposed to be like the supposed honest answer on that, which is kind of true. I mean, the mouth was basically impaled on like a piece of tree. Like, that was in the middle of Dragonstand, as I recall. Yeah, just look how dedicated these people are to this place and Balawad Joko. It's honestly pretty hysterical. And part of the quest here is to basically like pick up some of these books and like take them to some of the students about. As to where specifically, I know they have like a little dorms area. But if we go back here, we have their equivalent of a Chamber of Secrets. Like, this just struck me as very Harry Potter-esque, in my opinion. rat. We don't like those. Die. This is actually one of very few areas where the Awakened will actually fight you in this map. Because they don't want you back here. We're breaking all the rules.
See this dent here? From McCourse here's big dumb hammer. I put a similar big dent in his dumb face.
What happened to you?
My helm. If not for this ugly pot, I'd have lost my crooked nose half a dozen times. And that doesn't count battles. That just
Avert your eyes, children. Rashi, my beautiful blade, still stained with the blood of somebody. Some bodies. Let's add to it, shall we? I like that. Here from the waypoint to the northwest, we have essentially the area where the mount races happen. What do you sell? Ow. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Let's do this one. I don't actually remember which way I go. This way, apparently. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm on this slow thing right now. If I could have stamina back, that would be fantastic. Wait, what? Oh, is that in case I fall? I'm trying. Are you serious? No, leave me alone. No, I don't want to go that way, actually. Man. Yeah. This is basically the half of the map that actually sucks. There we are. You think you can just simply tame me? I cannot be tamed like that. Wait a minute. I do kinda want to go back to this. I think this part was actually intended for the Griffin. But yeah, a lot of this race you're not gonna want to touch the ground much at all. Anyways, way down below this is a hero point. And a kind of a difficult one. Because you're facing 3 enemies instead of the regular, like, 2 or 1. But that's still not as crazy. I think it was over this way. Yeah, this one is just enemy after enemy after enemy after enemy after enemy after enemy. It's like you face a person, you face their grandma, grandpa, father, cousin, uncle, something, I don't know. There was just so many relatives in the mix. It was just weird. But moving on. We don't want to jump in that. What is that? I think that's basically nothing, but it was just sort of distracting how red it was. But yeah, over that way is branded, so it can be a painful direction if not handled correctly. Up here is, I think it's supposed to be a city. If I can find an entrance. I guess there's probably one over here. But it's essentially called as a garden of sorts. Yeah, the Garden of Seborhin? Seborhin? I'm assuming that's supposed to be pronounced Seborhin. Seborhin. That was gonna look cool if I succeeded. Yeah, this place is half decent in size. There's about 2 quests in it. It's so decent in size. Oh, this isn't a way anywhere. At all. Eh. Over this way, we have nobles playing matchmaker, essentially. And these mimes. I wonder what mask or whatever he's using. Or if there's like a way to get that. Yeah, I don't know what all he was just doing. But yeah, they're having some kind of mime battle off. I just know I'm not patient enough to mess with that right now. Shut up, you. I can't see you. Give me one of these. That's not what I was looking for. There you are. So yeah, when it comes to this quest, there's the invisible Djinns that are just sort of out to mess with people. And you have this item here, I forget what it's called, but it's supposed to help you sort of matchmake people. And it also has this 3 skill to help you find out where the Djinns are hiding when they're screwing with people. How do I drop this? Like that, okay. Yeah, I think we should see what the other half of the city looks like. Is probably a more important thing. Actually, for now, let's hop on Jackal. This is where it starts. Branded all over the place. Actually, let's hop on this fellow. Ow. That hurt. Yeah, I'd say this is a much better view of this. So yeah, it is quite big, elaborate, and gives you a lot to stare at. I actually kind of want to stay on this right now. Yeah, I don't know what the story is with this, but it is here, and it does look pretty cool. Now here comes the reason why I wanted to be on this. The Fury of the Brand zone. So, being on the ground at all in this place hurts you. The only times it doesn't really hurt you is if you're in here. And you usually have these Djinns just sort of keeping watch of these locations. So yeah, this is a pretty crazy place, particularly out of this entirety of map. It's just one big ol' section. Like from here all the way to the top, a little further out this way. Trying to find there it is. That's a place of importance. And it's also a place we visit in story, actually. But getting the waypoint there is useful, especially when you need to go out this direction. And there are a vast amount of times you do have to go out this way. For starters, there is a legendary foe who can spawn exactly right around here. And there is a place you have to go to the east. that involves the sun spears for getting your Griffin mount. But yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I say you are expected to visit every single statue and essentially like praise it with a salute. And that includes every single statue in this mess, which actually isn't too many, which is the good news with that one. Last waypoint. Let's talk about a special location to go to. So with skimmer mounts, I don't know if you actually need any mastery to manage this, but if you just so much as tap it and keep going this way, there are times you can actually, I think I have managed it where I have gotten just straight up on top of that, and I just screwed up this time around, but at least with full mastery you can just get in like that. But if you're actually up here and about, you probably want to be about on Jackal, especially if you're going for the Vista. In which case, for the Vista, let's see if I can figure this out. It's through one of these. I think ahead. Nope. To the right? Yep. I think to the south. I think all of them was to the south. No, the last one wasn't. Okay, to the right. Ahead. No. How did I... Oh, I think it's different per side you go through. So to the right. I guess to the left. Try going straight. Vista. Which one was that I just went through? Well, that's no help. Though I am inclined to think I went through this one. Let's see, to the right. I don't know. But eventually, with enough trial and error, I'm sure anyone can get it. So yeah, that's how that's looking on the map in comparison. We do have that big old branded trail. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. I was being stupid for a second because I don't have this part of the map filled out on this character. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see in future expansions to see what really becomes of some of this. And I'm also hoping we like close this up between Field of Ruin to Crystal Desert, because supposedly like the way here from Field of Ruin was supposed to be like more directly in connection to that way. According to even like the NPCs down there. So I'm hoping that's like a thing they do change in the future. In relativity to us, the Griffin Roost is to the south. Or at least where you get the griffins in that. or start all that stuff, it's to the south of here. First, let's hop on this to get out. This is not the direction I wanted to go. Let's hop on Skimmer. It is very decent how fast you can change to it. And we do want to move a little quickly. And not move in a straight line either. So let's see. Where you see that up there, that is in relativity of where we're expecting to be going. Now we could either try going through there with the small amounts of color we have with the jackal, or we could just straight up try to climb this and hope we don't get just zapped to oblivion on the Springer. Now personally I vote the second one, because that's what I've done a few times actually. There is this little safe spot where you can just sort of collect on yourself before you go any further. Let's see. Ah! Oh, there's a thing here. Have I gotten this one before? I'm not actually sure. But either way, I do want to go up here. I guess I want to try jumping up here. So yeah, like I said, we can actually scale this. We don't necessarily need to just resort to using Jackal for its portals. But that can be a convenience to us if we don't feel like trying to puzzle our way through. Have I gotten this one at least? I know there's some of these I supposedly haven't gotten, so I'd like to double check. I think I might have gotten that one. Anyways, over here is where a lot of awesome happens. So in this location, we get to talk to a corpse. See, he's talking to us. So yeah, talking to dead people, fantastic. We also have this, the sun spears from throughout the maps and such that we meet ending up here. I think this was the one we seen in, that place to the west with the academy and that. Let's see, second Sun Spear, she is from the Desert Highlands, if I'm not mistaken. Like around here, and there's like a little quest going out this way. But let's see. Basically, you would find a certain item, and the item will take you on like a little journey to talk to an NPC back in the garden on this map. It'd be around here on the bottom ground. There'd be an NPC down there who's supposed to be like a master of beasts or something like that, and he would point you out into this direction. And there was the NPC in the walls over here. And you would talk to them, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's from a griffin. That's basically up this way." And you come up here, and then you talk to this dead body. So, little did most people realize, if you love griffins, then you should love dead bodies. Especially talking to dead bodies. That is absolutely the best. It is the societal norm here with the Sun Spears. But yeah, then after all that madness, then you basically go on a big ol' collection spree on every single of the maps here to the Path of Fire expansion. For griffin eggs, like, you have to find a roost, all the roosts on each map. You have to find certain Sun Spear related items, and just sort of bring it all back here. And there's a collection per map, essentially. So you do have like a great way to keep track of all your progress. Then, like, once it's all brought back here, they will suggest you should go get all these little things back from the Primeval King's tomb, like through the portal to Cormier's library. And you basically just have that as a collection, and then you come back here, do one final little instance fight sort of thing, and you get yourself a griffin mount. So yeah, fun times. It also takes a bit of time. I think someone told me that it took them probably 8 hours. I didn't actually personally time myself because I did it in broken segments. But yeah, look how pretty it is when you actually have completed it. Keep in mind, this is when it's completed. Otherwise, it would be slightly more bare if you haven't completed it. It's actually an interesting factor to this. Like, I don't believe these scrolls would be here at all. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is like one of those occasions where something you do actually affects the appearance of a map. Let's talk about a thing I'm sure some of you have been curious about. If this would stop happening, please. There we are. So I forget if I actually mentioned about this, but there is a new guild hall in the Path of Fire expansion. I'm just trying to make sure I get enough elevation to retain height. I think I need to go this way though. Come on, give me an exit. There's an exit. Eh. So north of the garden location, we have this little sort of small open area. Somewhere through this little small open area towards the left a bit. I think it's like around here or there. But you basically get the access to the location for the new guild hall. Now I'm yet to personally see it because I still need to get my guildies going to be able to really go do it. But yeah, I have at least figured out where it roughly is. What is all this? Okay then. These random nobles are hunting. I They're so confused. How does one reload these things? I think you just throw it away and get another one.
Your scenes are showing. To kill rising. Let me handle it. Another one down, thanks to me.
They're so ecstatic.
This one's all mine. Did you see that? I got it.
He did it. I'm so proud of you, my boy. So for those of you lore junkies about these maps, so when it comes to the Domain of Vabbi, the idea is that Joko primarily controlled these lands, and essentially, like, with anyone who basically died became a awakened zombie mummy sort of slave. And from there, he basically made anyone and everyone else essentially, in comparison, treated like royalty, where they're actually like clueless and like unfamiliar with lots of common tasks even. So around the map you'll see like all these curious nobles trying to figure out what they should be doing with this and that, or what is the proper methods. So that is why the quest of this area is a lot of showing them how to use all these tools, as well as a lot of cleaning. So yeah, that's a thing. Let's see, south of here is a mine, but there really isn't anything in the mine. But right by the mine, there is the forged camp. That's probably the only other thing really to talk about to this map, unless we're talking about story. So that over there is the big old forge camp. Or I wouldn't even describe it as a camp, it's more like their big fortress. Let's see if the front door is actually open, or if this is my eyes playing tricks on me. Yeah, this is a heck of a place. I'm stuck. This is where forged are born. There's portals and things where they're snatched from the lands of the dead when it comes to their spirits, and they get put in these suits of forged metal. It's this, and it all happens through this big old facility. So yeah, pretty crazy, pretty grand at the same time. And also kind of, huh. As there was human workers that ended up in here. Wow, there's a lot of human workers who ended up in here. Just trying to find like a safe spot to stop so I could just teleport. So story-wise, with the main story in the game that you, the player, get to experience, what you do in this map involves, for starters, you kind of like prove your mettle, your worth to like some of the commanders of the Joko's troops. Now, they personally don't recognize you as, well, you, so you do a different kind of proving to them than just saying, yeah, I'm the pack commander or something. No, that doesn't work at all. And then after that, you basically get to fight Balthazar. As for what all that entails, I am not gonna do any spoilers with that. I am probably going to do a video on some of the story stuff, actually. Like actual story gameplay. I think it is worth a looking through in video. So I think that should do for the video for now. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm 41 Solstice 25, Winter Solstice 8. And have yourself a great day. Bye bye.